Good day, good evening to you all. This is a presentation which covers applications of security principles. The objectives are described the 8 security failures, remote workplace challenges, relate the security failures to the principles of cybersecurity, the CI triad, explain the specific design principles that have been violated, recommend the design principles needed for remote workers. These are the 8 security failures, which I'll cover in length in the next following slides. Phishing attacks are social engineering attacks where the attacker will send fake emails and websites to trick a victim in sending personal information or sensitive information. To defend against phishing and social engineering attacks, companies should provide training on how to recognize these type of attacks. Another method is using these privileges by only providing users with what they need to use for their specific job. This can prevent any accounts from being compromised and used to attack your network infrastructure. Internet of Things, aka IoT, are smart devices that can automate or control certain devices within the workplace and home. Often our IoT devices are attacked because of no patches being updated or the user does not maintain a strict password requirement that are complex. To defend against attacks of your IoT devices, it is prudent to document all IoT devices. Also, apply firmware update patches to all your IoT devices and to review the need for these IoT devices within your business or home network. Ransomware is a very troubling and stressful event for companies, government agencies, and many users. Approximately in 2018, 2.8 million attacks rose to an alarming 9.5 million within just 1 year. Primarily, businesses are being targeted because of the cash flow is greater than private citizens. And also, we are giving in to ransoms that are normally we have not done in the past. Ransomware starts with phishing, malware, and viruses. To defend against these, we use firewall, encryption, backups. These are the tactics that we can use to defend against ransomware. One of the biggest cybersecurity threats we often take for granted are the threats within. Most internal attacks are caused by careless users within the network who unknowingly compromise their systems by adding unauthorized devices on their workstations or downloading malware. The other type of insider attacks are by disgruntled employees who can use their access and privileges to wreak havoc on your network. By applying strict group policies and least privileges rules, we can mitigate these problems from ever occurring. Asynchronous attacks are a form of attack that typically targets timing. The objective is to exploit the delay between the time of check and the time of use. These attacks are sometimes called race conditions because the attacker races to make the change to the object after it has been changed but before the system uses it. Data breaches can occur by direct intrusion attempts by bad actors outside your organization who try to bypass your network security. Security gaps can be found within your network defenses. For example, open ports can be a security gap that can be exploited if not secured properly, or stolen credentials such as passwords and unpatched software applications. By performing IT asset audits, we can detect and provide solutions to identify gaps within your network to prevent such attacks by closing these gaps. Unpatched software, hardware, and devices can allow a loophole for attackers to breach your securities within these weaknesses. By applying patches and updating software, we can eliminate the hacker's ability to use these vulnerabilities in their favor. Outdated software can be shelved and deemed obsolete, as well as outdated devices, hardware, and anything that can't be updated. These type of attacks can paralyze your organization's operations by flooding the target in an attempt to crash or stop your network. These attacks may seem just a nuisance, but they may have more sinister applications. DDoS attacks can be used as a ruse for more nefarious attacks to distract you from the real reason of the DDoS attack, like a redirection method used by magicians. There are challenges that every organization will face with remote workplace technologies. One, the communication between you and your IT support team can slow down your software patch or remedies due to scheduling fiascos. Two, timing concerns can be a problem when applying central system patches, usually done during off hours. Three, while many users will have a pre-installed laptop with layers of securities applied, there is no guarantee of the user installing or adding unauthorized devices to that laptop. And four, users not practicing secure connections like remote desktop protocol connections, such as multi-factor authentications, VPN, if not configured, can be a challenge for the organization. Cybersecurity CI triad, monitoring, least privileges, MFA, group policies, VPN, encryption. What are they? The CI triad is a model for organization to apply these policies in information security. The key components are in confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Ensuring that we follow the CI triad when it comes to remote working in today's environment, we can apply these rules: integrity, utilizing VPN that offers robust encryption to proper end-to-end communication; availability, applying multi-factor authentication to gain access to the network or different servers or individual system; and confidentiality, least privileges access rule not applied can be also a detriment to your network. By providing no rules or restrictions, it can be compromised if hacked. Security failures to the principles of cybersecurity, more in depth. Confidentiality, man-in-the-middle attacks, no data encryption, poor or weak passwords, poor or no authentication mechanisms. Integrity, protection of data at all times, during, in use, and transmit, poor auditing and access controls. Availability, DDoS attacks to limit access to the server. Availability to the network, system applications, and data. Design principles that have been violated. Not adhering to the password requirements set forth in the guidelines. Users will add unauthorized devices software by deploying preset images with already installed software to set the specific users. This will accomplish goals set by information technology team to prevent any unauthorized devices and software installed by the user. VPN connections are required for any type of connection to the company's infrastructure, coupled with two-way multi-factor authentication, which will ensure secure private connections. By adding simplicity to the design, instead of making it difficult for your user, it will allow the user to be productive while following the requirements of the CI triad. Design principles for remote workers. Establish and enforce data security policies. Inform and educate your users what is appropriate and not. By having users sign and acknowledge the rules can enforce and strengthen your security policy. Equip the employees with the right tools and technology by only installing the baseline software and antivirus products. Update your network security systems. Constantly review your firewall and antivirus or any software patches that are needed. Regulate. Here we regulate anything and everything that a user can connect to the network. Zero trust. An approach of never trust, always verify will be applied to all access to users wanting access to the network. Secure connections. All secure connections will be utilized with the company's VPN to ensure secure connections over foreign Wi-Fi connections. VPN balances. Don't overload your VPN by only providing such access to certain users. And also, applying least privileges can help with your design principles, only giving the user just enough to do his job. And here are my references.